tend to be Mercedes and SUVs, where the Prius drivers are really on our side.
Go ahead, Ryan.
We're from Occupy Lancaster, and we're on like a one-day trek to connect, to several of the actual occupations that, where there's actual site and stuff in PA. And so we were in Philly this morning, and this is our second stop, and we're going to hit Easton and Allentown while we're up here, and then head over to Harrisburg. And we've had some contact with Harrisburg people. They've come over to our camp, so we're going to stop by and say hello over there. And, yeah, and then I think this weekend I'll be going down to Washington.
Oh, okay. We're saying that.
Oh, this is again speaking for myself, and not anyone Occupy. Philadelphia is very close in proximity, but they have a very, very large occupation compared to the rest of ours, and they have, in terms of encampment and everything else, a lot that they have to deal with. Even, the police pressure has been minimal, but it's something that they need to consider more and more. So I know one thing that's on a lot of people's minds, and I've been reading in like feeds on the internet and Facebook and whatever, that it looks like we're moving towards having like ambassadors or delegates or whatever between the different occupations. And so one of the things I'm thinking of is, what if a bunch of the smaller occupations, especially like you were saying, the three up here, kind of having GAs together, so because you're in close proximity, and then that way it's like slightly larger and maybe able to get a little more action done. So that would be one thing, is to like kind of create a solidity between Easton, Allentown, and Bethlehem up here.
Yeah, we're already thinking about that.
Yeah.
But expand upon what you were saying.
And then what can happen is, for instance, York, Harris. Well, York is having GAs, but they don't have an occupation yet. But York, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Bethlehem, Allentown. Was there Scranton, and there's probably several others. Wilkes-Barre, there's it? Okay.
Emmaus has one every now and then.
So because we don't have the same things that, like, let's say Philadelphia has to deal with or Wall Street has to deal with in terms of its numbers, it might be easier for us to form delegations with each other. Then if we're already in motion, and let's say we've had 4 or 5 GAs where there's been representations of all the different occupations, then it might be easier to be like, okay, well, we're doing this already, and it's not even it's not that it's not on Philadelphia's mind, it's just they have a lot that they have to deal with in their city alone. We can maybe then be like, well, we already have a Pennsylvania delegation going. Maybe we could all come down and have the delegation in Philadelphia, and then it'll just join it all together. You're the first. So, do you have an agenda?
Well, Dominic spoke about some resolution from Bethlehem that they support certain values in City Council. But I guess I'd still like to understand what is central to your movement here in Bethlehem.
Just from what I've heard from a lot of passerbys, there were a handful of people who expressed definite concerns about public transportation. A lot of people about the strength of our local economy, like supporting smaller businesses in Bethlehem, since like you have so many of them on Main Street. But
what is the large employer in Bethlehem now? I get the Steel pretty much left.
I guess Sands Casino.
Yeah,
that might pull it off, wouldn't it? I was wondering where's like the bulk of the money in the town.
Yep. And they just actually they're creating the whole plaza.
Okay, that'll bring a lot of economy in too. Yeah. For now.
But I don't know. I think the largest issue is what we're doing to the earth, like hydraulic fracturing.
Are people aware of that up here? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it okay, because we have
we all got to sign in
the Susquehanna River Basin Commission.
I do believe so.
Yeah, she came by ours yesterday.
Yeah.
I think I signed it 3 times online already.